So many people ask me, Monica, I am so busy as a woman. I'm a mom. I've got so many things going on in my life. Like, how the heck am I supposed to fit a business into that? And my response is, frankly, that's a great question because I have to say that as women, we have like the obvious responsibilities, but then we also have the non-obvious responsibilities that so many women complain about. Like they'll say to me, Monica, even when I'm at a mastermind with you, I I have to call home at every break to make sure that my husband isn't like didn't forget to give the dog his medicine or didn't forget to, isn't feeding the kid, is feeding the kids like something. I have to make sure that he knows where the dinner is in the refrigerator, right? And I am not generalizing here and saying that's true for everybody, but I think it's true for so many women that I work with is that you've got a lot on your plate. And adding a business to it is just one more thing. But what I want to say to you is that not only is it totally possible for you to run a business, but you can run a pretty darn big business and do it within the constraints and the boundaries of your lifestyle, the way you want it to be. I have a client and she would go to work from 9 o'clock to 2 o'clock. She would go ahead and close clients during that time. And then at 2 o'clock, she would leave. She had two special needs kids. So she would go and pick them up at school. And from 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock, her team would take over for her to help her close and do all of the logistics for the people that, or, do all the logistics and take care of all of the clients that she had talked to that morning or closed that morning. She runs a $350,000 business and works every day from 9 to 2, Monday through Friday. Now, this isn't unusual for the clients that I work with. There's three real keys to making sure that you can run a business while having a life. The first is sales. You've got to know how to sell and make sure that your first priority in everything that you're doing is making offers and generating sales conversations. Take my client, her name is Debbie. Take Debbie. For example, every day from 9 to 12, she was on the phones, picking up phones, talking to people, doing her reach outs, making sales. Point number 2, delegation. You've got to have a team, especially if you are a busy woman who's taking care of younger children or elderly parents or just busy in your life. Key with Debbie, at 2 o'clock, she didn't stay to do all the administrative work. She didn't stay to do all the paperwork and take the credit cards and put everything on a schedule and then check everybody's email. She left and let her team do the calendar, do the email, do the credit card processing, do all of the admin work. So important. And piece number 3 is lead generation. Again, Debbie knew how to get on the phone, right? She knew how to generate leads for her business. And she spent her very precious and small amount of time doing sales, lead generation, and then she delegated the rest. Now, this is not an overnight process. It's a skill set to learn what's important. But here's what I want you to know. I find that if you are really, really busy, what you don't want to be doing is doing the admin work, right? And for many of you, that's what you're spending your time and energy doing. You're spending hours uploading your blog, sending newsletter, making pictures for social media, taking people's credit cards, organizing your calendar, organizing your client folders. All of that is stuff that needs to be delegated so that you can actually step into your power of having a business that aligns with your lifestyle. Now, keep in mind, the first objection many of you are going to have is, yeah, Mon, but I don't have the money for that. I want you to remember, let's say you delegate 5 hours a week to somebody else, right? And let's say you're paying that person $20 an hour. That's $100. That's $400 a month that you are paying that person. You have now freed up 20 hours. If you do 3 sales conversations in those 20 hours where you close someone at $1,000, that's $3,000 that you have made based on $400 going out, which is like 9-10 times return on your investment. So I want you to start thinking differently if you're somebody's out there that is thinking, oh, I don't have the money for that. So I want you to remember the 3 things: sales, lead generation, and delegation. Those are the things that you want to focus on if you've got a limited amount of time.